Hey everyone, you're listening to InfoQuench with Jeff.
And Amy. We're chatting about how to get the most out of life.
And covering a ton of interesting topics.
So there's sure to be something.
For just about everyone. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, and welcome to InfoQuench. I'm your host, Jeff.
And I'm Amy. And this episode we're going to be talking about tips to be a great party guest.
So you're going to a party, and you just got to be the best person ever while you're there.
It's the very best.
Things to do and things not to do? Is that what I'm understanding?
That's it exactly, according to delish.com.
Couldn't you just say, like, just don't be a jerk? I almost swore. I almost lost our Apple thing. The Apple police would show up.
Knocking on the door.
Just don't be a jerk, right? Like, anyway, let's get into it.
Yeah, that's it, actually. This is the shortest podcast we've ever had.
See you later, everybody. Just don't be a jerk if you go to a party. You know, just leave on good terms and you're all good.
Yes. Well, I got a few more details to throw in there and a few other things to chat about along the way for good measure. So, yes, delish.com is the website I grabbed some of this information from. First stop, RSVP. Give a clear answer whether or not you're going to the actual party, and it says do it within a few days of being invited. I'm feeling like...
But that's not really the way a lot of parties are orchestrated these days, I don't think. Like, if we have a party, we don't wait to hear back from everybody. We just see who shows up. Don't we?
I think we're going to need a little suspension of disbelief here, Jeff, on this, because it's... And maybe that's not the right term, based on the look on your face.
Well, I'm just trying to see where this is going.
I think we have to picture ourselves in an alternate universe where perhaps parties are a little bit more formal, or
so like we're rich. It's like Southern Charm time, that kind of thing.
We're rich.
Okay,
and that's all. Why not be rich if it's an alternate universe? Let's start with us rich.
Yes.
And then we're invited to all these parties, and we have to RSVP, and we have all of these RSVPs, so we've got to figure out who will be honored with our presence.
To me, that seems like the ultimate party, which I don't really personally consider an ultimate party, but like a wedding. You always RSVP to a wedding, but people don't really RSVP to just like regular house parties and stuff, do they?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm using the formal terminology, but really RSVPing is just letting people know you're going.
Okay.
So, like, if your friends invite you over, it's courtesy to say, hey...
Okay, that makes sense.
You don't just let it, like, float into the universe. Oh, okay.
Here I'm expecting some kind of, like, envelope in the mail. I will be attending your soiree.
Check yes for yes.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Be courteous and let people know you're coming.
Well, basically. That's right. And it says within a few days of being invited. And I think they're severely overestimating the length of time people, like how far out people are inviting people to functions, because a lot of things that we're invited to, well, who knows, maybe we're on the B list.
Yeah, we probably are.
Yeah.
We're on the C list, actually. Maybe D.
But to do it within a few days of being invited, and then the worst thing you can do is to appear to be holding out for a better offer.
Oh, I'm just waiting for the better party to come along.
My dance card is full on Saturday night, and I got to figure out who is
People actually do that? I guess they get this really, really full social calendar that they're just...
Maybe maybe. Like, I don't know if that's... Maybe it's Halloween.
Maybe it's Halloween.
It's the one night of the year, and you're like, what is the best Halloween party to go to?
But what did we do on Halloween when we went to Halloween parties? We don't any longer, but we went to the mall. We tried to get to the mall. We don't want to leave anybody out, because people will be upset if we don't make it to their party, because we are D-listers.
We've gone from B to D.
Yeah.
Very early on. RSVP, and also don't ask who else is invited.
Oh, that would be funny.
But that's a great thing about like Messenger, because if you're listening to this in the 21st century in the time frame when people are using Messenger and groups to really arrange any kind of gathering or event, you already know who's invited and who's coming and all that jazz. Yeah. So it's open, like but I can't imagine saying, well, who else is going to be? I'll decide if I'm going to be there based on who else, unless there was somebody I really wanted to avoid. Maybe that would be a reason, but I'm not going to go based on... Is
it the host's responsibility to say, like, oh, I invited such and such, if they know that you don't get along with, like, such and such a person?
Well, no, that's not covered.
But that's probably something a lot of hosts do, though. Oh, just so you know, I invited Frankie. I know you and Frankie had a problem last time, so,
Frankie?
I just came up with the name.
Frankie says relax.
Frankie says
Jeff.
relax. Don't do it when you want to go to the party.
You know, I mean, if there's a celebrity going, they definitely should tell you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because we go to a lot of parties where there's just a random celebrity, and
Lindsay Lohan's going to be here.
That's Lilo is who you came up with.
I didn't even know she had the nickname Lilo. How did you learn that?
How did you not?
Because I don't really follow Lilo.
Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, Lilo and Stitch.
No, Lindsay Lohan, I think, is a Lilo.
Okay.
Like a J-Lo, Jennifer, Bennifer, you know.
Who are we? What's our little tagline? What are we?
Jeff and Amy.
Jamie?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Well, you ever notice when you say couples, you often say one name first all the time?
Yeah, you do. Usually, yeah.
And it's I don't know what the rhyme or reason is.
But it's usually the guy's name first, isn't it?
The misogyny at its best.
No,
let the patriarchy reign.
No, not at all. That's just the truth. That's just usually the way it goes. Think about any couple you think of. You usually say the guy's names first.
No, not everybody.
Who? That's true. Actually, that's true.
Mom and dad.
Mom and dad is not dad and mom. No, you're right. Actually, you're right. But when it comes to like names, though, like actual names, you know, it's Andre and Janelle, and
Andrew and
Mel, and they all rhyme.
Sometimes I say Mel and Andrew.
Do you? Yeah.
But I always say Andre and Janelle. Is it Val? Am I going alphabetically? No, because it's not,
I don't know.
It's not Jeff. It's
maybe
not
I'm
Amy
just
Jeff.
talking out my butt.
Jeff and Amy.
It's
always Jeff and Amy, isn't it?
Amy and Jeff. Yeah, it's Jeff and Amy. I hate to say it, but yeah.
You love to say it.
No, I don't really care. I am not for the patriarchy.
So.
Down with the patriarchy.
You heard it here first.
That's right.
So RSVP, yes. And if you have to check with your significant other or your insignificant other, just let your inviter know that, and then just try to give an answer as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Next up is to bring a gift. And it shouldn't be lavish or ostentatious.
People don't usually do that too much anymore. Although if they do, though, it is usually like, you know, taco chips and dip and stuff. But like never anything like, if it's a housewarming party, you bring a plant or something. But.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing. If it's a specific occasion, if you're going to a wedding or a birthday or something, obviously there's a gift for the occasion. But if it's just a random gathering, I don't know. I think it's nice to bring...
snacks. For everybody.
Yeah. It used to always be...
Not just for you.
Maybe a bottle of wine or flowers. I'd say if you're bringing flowers, though, bring them already in a vase or something. It's nothing worse than when you need someone passes you a bouquet of flowers in the middle of really like trying to welcome guests, and then all of a sudden you have to stop everything and put your flowers in water.
Oh.
It happens to me so much.
The problems that must cause. It's just like... We have a friend, though, getting back to bringing gifts to parties, who really loves to bring the most, like, the strangest snacks he can find. Like,
oh, yes.
You know, I don't know.
Like a deep and delicious cake?
Yeah, deep and delicious
to a random,
cake.
Like, not to a dinner party. But
no, just to a regular get-together. Brings a dish, yeah.
And it was truly awesome and completely not...
Oh, it was devoured in minutes, but just the chips that he brings are like... You know, like sour cream and ketchup chips or whatever. Kimchi. Sour cream and kimchi chips.
It's cool to try, some new things. And
it's cool.
So we're talking about chips. We're going to talk about turtle chips because there is a new chip on the block. Well, it's probably been around for a while. They're out of Korea. It's called they're turtle chips.
I don't remember them being there when I was there.
I saw them on TikTok. I was influenced. Influenced on TikTok, and then I I showed you the video, and then
I found them.
And you saw them at
the
local grocery store. I think that Costco carries them. And if
I
you
don't
get
really
the corn,
find them all that good, to be honest.
Well, if you get corn chips, just be forewarned, it tastes like corn chowder. Which, after the first one, is kind of weird. But after the 30th one, it kind of grows on you.
No, thank you. After the 50th.
It's the shape of the turtle chips, though, that is mesmerizing. They're in layers. And you got
There's a lot of air.
The chocolate churro ones, which were delicious.
Do you find I didn't like them at all?
You didn't like them?
No.
They were kind of desserty chip.
Yeah, one. I could eat one.
Well, that's all you had before I ate the rest.
Yeah, you ate the whole bag. Not in one sitting, mind you. Listeners, that does not happen. Small little bowl.
And if
time.
I did, whatever, judge away.
Yeah.
Other suggestions from the website are, if you're giving flowers, have them sent the day before with a handwritten card. Like, what is this? Nobody died. I'm not sending flowers the day before to somebody's house that I'm just going to visit.
There's no point in doing that, no.
Who has got the money and the time to do this?
Unless you're in love. Like,
or
who sends flowers?
Or someone has passed away.
Well, yeah.
A bottle of red wine, scotch, fancy chocolates, an assortment of fine cheeses.
Where are you getting this information?
And a bad idea they suggested was Twister.
Twister? Playing Twister at a party?
Or to bring it as a gift.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed that was very random.
A little forward.
You know what I've given often as a hostess gift? Bags of coffee.
Yeah.
I like to get practical, use-upable stuff.
Yeah. Plants.
Like consumable, I guess.
We've given plants, especially to people we know who are going to care for them.
Well, yes, that wouldn't be fair to the plant to do anything otherwise.
No, it wouldn't. Not fair to the plant at all.
Another tip is to never arrive early. Lateness, of course, is also bad, but it's even worse to show up 30 minutes early. And you will inconvenience your harried hosts who are bound to be in the middle of meal preparation. Okay, well, 30 minutes early. Like,
who does that? I would be kicking them out. Like, you're not coming in.
Assume that all of us are planning at a level that is really, we're just making it at the...
We're usually half finished cleaning the bathrooms by then. So you're going to sit on the steps until I'm done. Because I want this place to look perfect before you get here.
So yeah,
not
showing up
perfect.
early is a no-no. But going beyond 20 minutes late is considered also a no-no.
See, that one doesn't
Unless
really even...
dinner's being served. If dinner's being served, then it's like, no, show up on the dot because it's a meal.
People always show up late to parties, and it's no big deal. They just show up.
I mean, okay, again, this is probably a little more formal.
This? Emily Post?
No, it's not Emily Post. Wait, this isn't even... I have a second group of tips from a more pretentious website.
Okay. Bring it on.
And that will blow your mind.
Oh, I can imagine.
So stay tuned for that. But before we get there, let's just keep talking about this.
Okay.
Don't arrive early. Greet your host by name when you arrive. Punching someone in the shoulder is not a way to greet them. And
what about
do
the
not
face?
use a nickname. And do not always say the man's name first.
Oh, there you go.
It doesn't say that, but speaking of punching somebody, we had our first ding-dong ditch knock-knock ginger on our house the other night where the kids, we could hear laughing.
Early
and then
teens.
Then we hear the bang on the door, and then Jeff went to the door like...
what the heck's going on here?
Yeah, opened the door, and they were running off. And then didn't one of them rat the other one out straight away? Like
yeah, the one in the blue shirt did it. Yeah.
They ratted to them. So anyway. you must have put the fear of God into them. But
I don't know. I don't think anything scares kids these days.
Well, I mean, they were pretty quick to give each other up. But we had that happen in our neighborhood, and the father of the house that was knocked on, like, caught the teenage kid in his yard and punched the boy in the nose.
I don't mean to laugh.
He broke his nose. That's how angry he got. Yeah. Because I might have been involved in the situation in some capacity from a distance. But Knock Knock Ginger, and I don't know why it's called Knock Knock Ginger. I'm a ginger, and it wasn't named after me specifically. But maybe that's why I felt compelled to participate in this illegal activity. Yeah. I don't think it's illegal. It's just annoying. But yeah, adult broke teenager's nose over ding dong ditch.
I don't get it myself. I mean, I get that kids get bored, but doing stuff like that, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean,
be a gracious guest. Don't be a hero and insist on helping. Don't wander around the kitchen, getting in everyone's way. When asked what you'd like to drink or what kind of soup you prefer, don't answer whatever's easiest. The easiest is for you to make up your mind.
It's very true.
That was directly from the article.
Wow.
if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, if you don't tell me what you want right this second, you're not getting anything.
But then they also say offer timely help. So
Yeah.
if you noticed your hosts are frantic, like running around, arms full of scalding hot plates, well, maybe administer first aid, but by all means help out. And same as if something spills, like jump into action, grab paper towel, do whatever. And I'm like, yeah, of course. But they say don't use their nice linen napkin.
Ah,
Okay, well, first I'll have to have friends with nice linen napkins.
yeah, that's
Sorry,
true.
my friends. My friends do have nice napkins, some nice cloth, soft napkins, homemade, but I wouldn't call them like linen napkins that are going
No.
to evaporate at the sign of any kind of moisture.
After hearing all of these, I'm not sure if this is on the list, but what about ghosting parties? Is that an okay thing to do? Can you just leave without telling anybody? Because
Oh,
if I was at
there's-
any of these parties, I would probably just leave.
That's
without-
the Irish goodbye.
Yeah. I'm not very good at that myself.
I think you can do that at bigger parties, but when you have a smaller group, it's just kind of weird. Like I don't know, maybe you're playing cards and you go up to use the bathroom,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden be like, "It's Jeff's turn. Where is he?
He's
We haven't.
gone."
He left. We haven't seen him in an hour."
What you do with larger parties, you just leave with the collective wave to everybody. You just kind of make sure you wave to everybody and you're gone.
Huh?
Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do.
Well, there is actually a tip around that, leaving at the right time. Some good signs to go is when they've run out of booze.
Well,
I guess it's assuming you're not bringing your
I know
own.
people who won't even go to parties if there isn't any booze. There's no booze, I'm not coming. That's
Still, I feel like that's a... Oh, I don't know if
it.
I've
Or,
ever...
well, they
encountered
just
that.
go out of their way to get booze before they come to the party.
Well, I think
So
it's
that-
kind of a BYOB situation for our neck of the woods here in Canada.
Yeah.
In the Maritimes, you bring
It
what you're
depends.
drinking.
It depends on how young you are. If you're like in your 20s and stuff like that, you're drinking all the alcohol in the house if you're having a party.
Well, that's true. And it's like 2 a.m.
So-
It's like, what do you got? Is that cooking sherry? Let's break that open.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Is that cough medicine? Is that Robitussin? I'm drinking it.
Other signs it's the right time to leave would be the host is yawning, consulting their watch, bickering with their spouse in the kitchen, or people are milling around the door, or it's
That would be
simply
hilarious.
dawn. If it's sunrise, it's time to go.
The next time we have a party and we want people to leave, and we just go to the kitchen and start yelling at each other, like arguing back and forth very loudly about why no one's leaving, and see if that gets everybody to leave. I don't know how to make them leave.
Can
You know, that
imagine?
kind of
Our
thing.
friends would just laugh at us because
Oh,
they
that
would
would
know
be
it was an
hilarious.
act. I can't even imagine fighting in front of you. Well, I can imagine fighting, but fighting in front of friends. That would be
Yeah.
Another tip, mingle. Don't be the cipher who spends an entire party picking out the cashews from the mixed nuts. If the host isn't around to introduce you to people, it's perfectly acceptable to do it yourself.
We're not going to have any cashews at our party.
I know. The only thing worse than an obnoxious guest is a dead silent, potentially psychotic one who stares blankly at the rest of the party. That's from the website.
What kind of parties are these people going to?
Eyes wide shut parties. It
Yeah,
sounds.
this is bizarre. It's like, who just sits there, like, staring at people?
Here's this one. Don't touch the TV remote or the music on the stereo or ask to use the internet. Just because you were told to make yourself at home doesn't mean you should actually do it.
That's right. No one goes near my records. I put the records on.
Okay, but if you're at a party, how quick are you to go and hit the music?
Depends.
We
Younger,
go to,
when I was
we go
younger,
to
I would
bar,
do it.
our friend's bar, and you will be behind the turntable in a
I've
public
done that.
establishment.
I have done that.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean, though, that I want to...
You make yourself at home in a non-home.
Well, actually, no, that's true, because when I was just at a friend's place a few days ago and we were playing music, and they have this like party thing now on Spotify where like everybody just signs onto it, and you can play a song, then I play a song, the next person plays a song, you make a playlist, you go around in a circle and stuff like that. So that is a really like
Oh, I like that.
utilitarian way of listening to music rather than listening to someone's crappy music all night. Anyway.
I'm going to break up some of our party tips with some random tips that I've seen on TikTok and other
So nothing to do with
social
party,
media channels.
party stuff?
Well, maybe if you're going to serve blueberries at your party. Did you know that if you put blueberries in a bowl of water, the ones that sink to the bottom are the best?
I did not know that. How did someone figure that out? Even like
They
did
put the blueberries in there, and then they tried the ones that sunk, and then they tried the ones that didn't, and determined the ones that sank were the best.
I realized the technical way that they did that, but how did they come up with the idea?
No idea,
to do
but
it?
you know it is true. If you think about it, though, like it's because it's like they're not quite ripe and they're more firm. Or
Does that work with grapes? Does it? Let's go try.
all the grapes sink, don't they? Pretty much.
I don't know. I thought they floated. We'll get back to you on that, listeners. I know you guys are at the edge of your seat wondering if the grapes that go to the bottom of water are better, but
Well, the other thing I read was around the idea that grated pickle is a new garnish, the latest garnish to put on top of things.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know
delicious.
if you were to do like
Put it in-
a little salad
or a
and,
hot dog.
and a good way to do it is to freeze your pickle and then grate it. It
Oh,
makes
there
it
you
easier
go.
to run over the grater.
There you go.
So there you are. If you have a lot of time on your hands, freeze your pickle, run it through the grater.
That reminds me, I meant to tell you that Harvey's here in St. John.
I pickle poutine.
That's it.
You didn't have to tell me because you left that flyer
I
on
left
the
it out
counter
for
for
you.
me to see.
I did.
And I was like, really? Pickle poutine?
Yeah.
It was
I'm thinking
everything.
your birthday. That would be a good thing to get for your birthday. Yeah.
I already recycled the flyer.
Which-
But
What? There was a coupon on there.
I know, but the great thing about recycling is a grace period because it's still in the recycling bin. And it's just
I
only
thought you
paper in
ripped it
there.
up, and I'm never
No.
eating this poutine. Okay. I can see you doing that.
It's a great visual, but
Yeah.
no, that's not what took place.
I'm never going to eat this dill pickle poutine.
Fridge-scaping is a thing.
Go on.
Okay. It's not escaping your fridge, but you know how you know like manscaping and
Mm-hmm.
when I landscaping and scaping of things. Fridge-scaping, like arranging your fridge as almost part of your interior decor to the point that sometimes people even put like a little bouquet of flowers in it. So yeah,
We don't
that's
have room for
trending on
that.
TikTok. I know,
We have more things to put on things than things to eat.
but you can make it decorative.
Yeah. How? What would we do? Put like some, like what,
Well, I know
mistletoe
what we would
in there or
not
something?
do, and it's a lot of things that you do in our fridge.
Oh, okay. Go on. Get it out.
Well, you do random things like putting ketchup right in front of the milk carton.
It's the only place it fits. It's the only reason why it's there.
All right.
Seriously, there's no room for anything else.
Not without moving stuff, definitely.
No, there isn't. Trust me, I tried.
What's the difference between arch nemesis and nemesis? Or arch enemy and enemy?
I have no idea.
I don't
That's
know
a
either.
really good
and I meant to
question.
look it up before this episode, but
So we give our listeners homework to get back to us and
but
tell
arch
us.
sounds worse.
Yeah.
Unless it's the golden arches. That sounds glorious.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Why don't I? Oh, no, I can't. I was going to say I'll look it up right now and I'll do like real time information.
I'll go back to the kitchen I'm going to talk about Marmite.
Wait, I want us before you do that. Like, what would you do to spruce up our fridge? Like, are you?
Well, I
are you
wouldn't
putting-
put the raw meat by the raw vegetables.
Are you
That's
putting-
something I wouldn't do.
No,
Just saying. Not that that ever happens.
no, that would never happen in our fridge. The meat is all wrapped in plastic, just so you know, or in a bowl, wrapped in plastics where nothing can touch the meat. You
And-
do know that, right?
It's kind of a...
It's like
I
just a
do-
gross out thing.
yeah,
Okay.
it is kind of a gross out thing. And also there can be, maybe there's like some contamination on the outside of the plastic or...
Maybe, but like that meat is nowhere near the veggies you're talking about. Like it's not
What
going to touch
veggies am
them.
I talking about?
It's not going to touch them.
Am I talking about the spinach? Am I talking about the tomatoes? Am I talking about the English cucumbers? I've
Probably
seen it
the-
next to all of those things.
Have you? Oh,
And then I have to move it away.
that must grossed you out.
It did.
Yeah.
All right. But let's talk about Marmite, because that's not gross.
The Marmite.
So Marmite, I still love Marmite, and I'm buying it on Amazon regularly. And it's the thing about it though is it really sticks to the knife. It's like one of those things like peanut butter. If you don't get it all off the knife, the dishwasher isn't going to cut it. And we have a really good dishwasher for being as old as it is.
Yeah, 90s easily.
I don't know if it's the 90s, but it's at least 15 years old.
Okay.
It's a Kenmore. It's a good dishwasher, but it won't take peanut. It can't work miracles. It's not going to take hardened egg yolk or oatmeal or peanut butter or
Right.
Marmite off a knife. So when I use a butter knife on Marmite, I painstakingly lick every last little bit of Marmite off of the butter knife.
That is disgusting.
Well, I do it in the privacy of my own kitchen without witnesses until Hux caught me. So our son walked in and caught me licking a knife.
I've
And
seen you lick knives.
I know, but I lick them. So when I do it, I feel guilty because I can hear my mother telling me not to do it. I'm going to cut my tongue. And I would never do it in front of her, even though I'm in my 40s.
It's a butter knife, though, right?
It's a butter knife. And if you lick, you know how to lick a knife proper. There's a proper way to lick a knife.
Yeah. Without cutting your tongue wide open.
That's the proper way.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what you want to do.
You don't run it along the sharp edge.
There is no sharp edge on a butter knife, though. There's teeth, but that's not going to really cut your...
I can lick a steak knife, too, but I do it in the right way.
Yeah, well, why would you want to do that?
If there were Marmite on it, I'd have to.
Do you have a history of licking knives that I don't know about? Were
Only-
you in the circus or something? What's going on here?
Well, I just was making sure it was nice and cleared before putting it into the dishwasher. And Huck
Okay.
saw me and called me out on it. And then now that can't be undone. And I said, there is a right way to lick a knife. And it's when you're in your 40s and I'm not around to watch
Now,
you.
there's a teachable moment for our child.
That is a teachable moment. Well, do we want to talk about our mattresses?
Sure, why not?
So I've had some back pain.
Yes, you have every single morning for
And
the
I'm not
last
getting
4
younger.
weeks.
In fact, we're all getting older. As this podcast goes on, you will be older by the end of it. And
Yeah.
our mattress was also getting much older. And once we figured it out, because I don't think I've ever bought a new mattress for myself in my lifetime. I've always just had my childhood mattress, or I think, and then I had my basically, I think the mattress we were using, my parents had as a guest room mattress.
Yeah.
And we found out that it was probably in the realm of
30 years old?
30 to 40 years old.
30 to 40 years old.
And we had a crazy mattress topper on it. Thank you, Costco, because you bought us many, many years with that mattress topper.
Yeah. And then the
it was-
memory foam.
Well, that's what that's what I meant by
Oh, yeah.
the memory foam, and like 6 inches of memory foam. But it was time. And so we went to one of the local mattress stores and realized that it's ridiculous. It's like they want your firstborn for a mattress.
It's really, it's quite an investment.
We lay down on a mattress that was more than
6,000?
twice
Something like
what I
that?
paid for my first used car.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
Well,
it either.
all my cars are used.
You know what though? You and I are like we're way behind the times when it comes to paying for things because we never buy anything.
That's
so
true.
when we go to buy something, like, you know, when we look at the price, especially the prices of houses lately, like we're just blown away by not only what they're priced at, but what they
That's a
eventually
whole-
sell at.
That's yeah.
I mean-
We come from a time of you went under you came in
Yeah.
under asking price, and now they're going way above asking, and that's
But we talk to
Oh,
people
weird.
who have been around it for a while, and they're like, "Yeah, this is normal. They're like, this is just like you shouldn't be surprised at this." And we're like, "Yeah, no,
well, we don't
we're
accept
surprised."
it. We don't accept your normal.
Yeah, we.
And we don't accept your $4,000, $6,000, whatever $1,000 mattresses. So what I did is
Yeah.
we went home and did not buy anything, and I put on Facebook, people tell me what you're buying for your mattresses or ones that you really want to stay away from.
Yeah.
And what came back surprised me. People were really going for pitching the online mattresses.
Yep.
So
The
we're
ND
in
and the
Canada,
Douglas.
so they have ND and Douglas are both Canadian-made mattresses that received rave reviews from our friends, who are ultimately our most reliable, people in terms of going to get reviews.
Yeah.
That and Reddit's pretty reliable, but
Yeah.
So we went ahead and we ordered a mattress online. And then I found out you have to break in a mattress, which I did not know. And now that sounded horrible.
We did know that, though, before we bought it. We did know that. Like, but we didn't really know how long it was going to take.
It takes months. I've been talking to people, they're like, yeah, that's the thing. It takes months to break it in. And I'm like, why? Why can we put people in space and we can't have broken in mattresses?
Why don't they have other people sleep on the mattress, break it in, and then give it to us?
I guess they call those used mattresses.
That's right. Exactly.
Wouldn't
that be funny?
Which is what I was used to.
This one's broken in.
Can you come?
Oh, people have slept on it for a year.
I guess the point is to break it in specifically to your body, but it's an awful process.
I was surprised because I really don't like rigid mattresses, but ours is still quite rigid, but I'm okay with it.
And we chose the softest model of the rigids.
Yes, we did.
And
by the way, we got Douglas.
We got the Douglas Summit, and because it had the extra cooling technology, yeah, we got sucked in with that. We got sucked in with the wording cooling technology.
Well, and the price.
It just sounded so cool and technological.
Yeah, it did.
We had to have it.
You asked me, you're like, do you even notice the cooling? And I'm like, yeah, it's cool.
I was like, thank God, because I think that cost a couple extra $100.
It's super cool.
But it was still way cheaper. So much cheaper. And it came with, free mattress cover, came with free sheets, free pillows, and it has a 20-year warranty. 20 years. And it also has a 365-day, for those of you who don't know, that's an entire year, trial period where you could just send it back.
You're really on tonight. For those who don't know.
365 days. I don't know, but they have to say it like that because it sounds more than a 1-year warranty.
We expect a influencer check from Douglas, from all of the thousands of people who are going to be listening to our podcast.
And I suspect NDs too are probably good. Yeah, I suspect NDs.
I'm sure, but not as soft as according to all of the reviews. Not as soft. Once they're broken in after 3 years.
I'll let you know when this one's broken in because it is not where I need it to be yet.
No.
I'll have to report back on whether it ends up where I need it to be.
You have said, though, that your back pain has diminished a little bit.
A little bit.
Correct?
A little bit.
Not today, though, but yesterday it was okay.
I know, but then we got the new pillows. We also got sucked in and bought some new pillows from them.
Because they were half price.
And we needed pillows. And
we have ancient pillows. I have one of those old school down-filled pillows. You guys are getting filled with all kinds of unnecessary information about our lives.
Well, pillows, I think it was the pillow that threw me. I'm of the age that if I fall on asleep on the couch. Someone told me they took a nap on the couch and they woke up and their ankle was sprained.
I love it. That's great.
Because it is like, it's...
Thankfully, I'm not there yet. And I'm older than you, so it's like...
Oh, whatever.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised I'm not.
I don't know what... Hopefully...
It's all that disc golf, baby.
Jeff's still disc golfing hard. And you know what I'm really jealous of is that when you started just disc golfing... Yeah. And people were like, you're a natural. Those are words I've never heard. No one's ever said... You're a natural at anything I've done. And I've tried I think that's why I keep trying different things, because I think someday I'll try that weird, funky sport and someone will be like, you're a natural. No, I don't know. I'm kind of giving up. In my 40s, I don't think I'm a natural at anything.
Oh, there's something out there for you. You just got to keep searching.
I'll be 90 and I'll find it and I'll be like, damn it. I waited.
It was crocheting the whole time.
I wasted my whole life and I could have just been crocheting. You know what, folks? We're going to cut this one off here because we're going to do a part 2 on this.
Yep, part 2 coming up. Thanks for listening, everybody.
It's going to include some tips from that really fun Pretentious website on how to be...
I thought all these were pretentious, so I can't wait to hear what
we're going to level up in our pretentiosity and pretentiousness.
Keep going. You'll get it. You're a natural at getting these words.
Till next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Be sure to check out past episodes and subscribe to keep up with what's new.
You can find us anywhere you get your podcast, and why not leave a review?
You can also follow Info Quench on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Till next time.